Okay, let me just read this. This is just one of them. Seems like cattle chatter right up into the slaughterhouse. MGTOW is man going there his own way. It's not a template you must snug into. It's a reaction to the hurdles to living a happy life that each man decides for his own. You may be in a fairy tale now. I hope the control of your fairy tale allows you to stay in it. But if the succubus ejects you, we are here to help you from the biting the business end of your sidearm. So let's talk logic. Boy has both parents. Boy goes to school. Boy goes. This is three. Boy gets indoctrinated. Boy gets degree. Boy is now a man. Man gets good paying job and focuses on career. Man builds his worth. Man buys toys to attract a mate. Mate is interested because of the pay tag. Mate throws pebbles into man's lake to test the water. Mate identifies worth. Mate coaxes man, and man marries his love. Man works harder to meet the new expense needs. Uh, 14. Mate starts to nest. Mate wants bigger house because 3 bedroom apartment is too small for a family of 3. Man takes risk and gets better work. No risk to the mate because if the man fails, she can find another. Let's fast forward to the divorce. Let's go over on 3-7. Okay. Man loses half his acquired wealth. Actually 3-7. Man loses custody of his children. Man is forced out of his house by the law. Man is forced to pay for child support and the mortgage of a house he cannot live in. No, my friend, MGTOW is very logical to those who actually have the facts, so please stop trying to overthink this. Listen to the boys that ride your bus and learn. Overthink this. This from someone who just put out 20 some odd points. Or who's overthinking what here? Seriously? Come on now. And frankly, the whole idea of, and again, the problem that we have here is it's a loser mindset. This is the only thing that ever happens. This happened to me. I can't do this. This is that. It's like, no, there is no magical fairy tale. There's no magical controller. It is you that does this. You make the decision. You do this. Even with my circumstances being a little jinky as they are, I just met a 24-year-old actually last week. Gonna talk to her a little more tomorrow, hopefully. And, kind of, she seemed interested, so we'll see if she's still interested tomorrow. That's it. Listen to the children on the bus because children know a lot of things. But you notice, and no part of this is it, well, it's always the victim. You're a victim in this. The guy's the victim in it. Is he really the victim? Because most people that are abusive and do things like this, they are all the way through. They're through the dating, the courtship, everything else. It's just that you turn the blinders on and you never notice. So, Scratchman Drew said, what a topic. I'll see you in the stream on Wednesday, my friend. Does anybody see Scratchman Drew here? Didn't think so. We'll wait until. Yeah, Ganna wrote something too. Not quite, maybe a novelette instead of something, but we'll go to D double Drew. Double D Drew? I'm not sure. You can either love women or you can understand them. MGTOW understand women and female nature better than most men. Thus why MGTOW cannot love women like blue pill men do. If you understand their true nature, you understand that women do not love in the same way as men, just as children love differently than their parents and vice versa. We've set up a false choice. It's either or. Of course, this is completely untrue. You do not have to subscribe to that or that. There are many times middle grounds in all of this stuff. And and the other thing about false choice is it limits what real reality is. You can love women or you can understand them. Or you can understand what they are and love them for what they are. and understand this is just what they are, and then deal. It's like there are other choices besides A or B. Right. There's no try. Only Chad keeps me from doing it. And it's like, if I'm Chad, you guys have a friggin' low standard for what Chad is. For reals. But, I do. And then, yes, of course, people don't love the same way. This is the most stupid question ever. That doesn't mean that they don't love, and that doesn't mean that the only two choices out there are either this or this. Nonsense. Complete nonsense. Now, if Brian out there knows my buddy, and knows probably the most natural alpha I've ever seen in my life, he understands things. He doesn't have to think about it, anything, he just does it. And it's like when you look at how he acts, it's like he understands. He just understands differently than you do. And he's had the same girl around now for, I don't know how old is. I mean, they must be coming up on 30 years. So don't give me this nonsense. Don't give us false choices. It's BS. Seriously. There it is, Brian Cook. And I deserve every woman because I'm great. Too bad is pretty and has a good Chad is pretty and has a good personality. And that too. I can't say that because there's people running in and out of here. But yeah, that's the attitude. That's the attitude. Seriously, right there. Once told he said in front of me to me, it's like, if she ever cheats, I'm gonna find the guy, and I'm gonna shake his hand and say, thank you. She's yours. That isn't exactly how he put it, but she's yours. And he's gonna take his kids and get out. Because the person that can walk away and doesn't care is the person that owns it. That's the truth. But that's okay. False choices, remember, either or, black or white, 1 or 0. There's no 0.5. There's no -1. There's only your choice. So let's carry on. The MGTOW misfit. Kid 16. Yup, and girls that are gonna have babies are already having them because they're getting nailed by like 13-year-olds, probably younger, out partying, doing drugs, sleeping around, not getting married, and the women who aren't gonna have kids young, well, they won't be having them till after they get out of college and wasting untold amount of money getting degrees. Here we go. Oh God, I can't do this. This is like 2 giant paragraphs. I'm not reading friggin' novella. Okay, let's move on. The personal bias for marriage in this one is strong. No, I'm just saying it's ridiculous to pump this nonsense out there. So that way because kids do not need to give up. They need to learn to do better than you did with your failed choices. Period. End of story. I've made mistakes, and when we talk about things, I own up to my mistakes. There's things I could have done better. I mean, hell, if Katie was here, she would probably, we've talked, she's probably the person that knows the most outside pretty much of anybody of what happened with Lady A. And so, and I've said I did that and I did that, and I maybe should have done this better, whatever. That is not talking about marriage. We're talking about just relationships in general. Marriage is a relationship, not the only one. Nice try. Next. Or are you reading that one? How dare women get degrees? It's like they're getting useless degrees. Well, okay, to be fair, I mean, like our schizophrenic friend we were talking about the other day, he has an art degree. What does he do? I think he still works for a moving company. It's like, it doesn't matter that they're getting this degree or that degree. any of the liberal arts degrees are pretty much not worth the money that you spend on them anymore. Unless you're like a trust fund kid or something. There's nothing you're getting from it. Yeah, but the whole thing is full of this, and all these guys in high school that were, picking it up, and now they're all. It's like, dude, let go of the past. Deal with today. If you want to live a free life alone in a sexless situation, having squandered your potential, then feel free to get married. You were raised up as a simp. Notice the immediate ad hominem. You need to understand what that means before you can truly become a man. Stop contributing to the gaslighting of our children. Do yourself a favor and don't talk about how MGTOW. The feminazis will use this to get you fired. Just a little heads up for you. Okay, Russell Spears, or whatever your name is. Um, you know what's even worse than living a life alone in a sexless situation, having squandered your potential, being MGTOW and doing the same thing except there's nobody else there. Because that's what happens. Okay, it isn't like the legions of people that are doing this are just spending, like they're doing tremendous things with their life. They're mountain climbing and they're all billionaires. It's like, how many of them just play video games all the time? Really? A lot of them. A lot of them choose it because they weren't going to get anywhere anyway. And rather than try to improve themselves, that's what they choose. So yeah, basically what you described is the same thing that's going to happen to you as well. Congratulations, you played yourself, kid. Next. Yes, lesbian dance theory. Not exactly the best degree to get. Mildly interesting. Dude, honestly, I think the MGTOW market's getting saturated. Unless you're seriously deep and or profound, I don't see you adding much. But good luck anyway. You seem earnest and sincere enough. Thank you, Gary Simpson. I'm not trying to stay in that market at all. It was just a problem that I'd seen, and I just wanted to be able to talk with people about it. That's it. I just really, this isn't my cup of tea, really. I mean, I've been following the thing since about, I don't know, probably about 2012, 2013, where you really started to see it developing into what it's becoming now. It's like you're trying to win the game by being passive aggressive, and that doesn't work. Be aggressive, or better yet, be assertive. But by being passive aggressive, it's like, what do these people think they're accomplishing? Nothing. Oh, wait a minute, they're poisoning the next generation, and making things even worse. But you know what? Definitely take advice from somebody that's been divorced 3 times, because they know exactly what they're talking about. Clearly, it's all women's fault. Sometimes my head actually hurts having to think about this stuff. Please learn to think big or you will not pass in the coming years. No joke. I'm not sure what could be smaller than reducing your entire universe to the like half a cubic foot in here. That's as tiny as it gets. Well, it can get even smaller, but the thing is, it's the selfish portion of it. It's the self-involved portion of it. That's the problem. Bigger is looking at the bigger picture of life. And I hate to tell you this, buddy, but I think it's the other way around. I think you're not thinking very big. But good luck to you. Now, Kamaria Holden. Such an interesting topic with a lot to cover. I definitely know the kind of men specifically you're talking about. The beginning was kind of confusing, but you were live streaming, and I imagine all this was coming from a place, top of the head thoughts, but by the middle and the end, your points were a lot clearer. Don't know how to feel about it. All I need to do some research on this, because there's probably a lot more to unpack. But all in all, a fascinating live stream. I think the dual camera use was interesting, but the cameras were at different eye levels in your front. Yeah, okay. Technically speaking, I get you. The front camera was the camera on the laptop. Had to use what I had because I wasn't going to spend money. But then I got a paycheck. So have a better camera, side camera. It just needs the rule of 30-degree rule. It can actually move up or down too. If you learn about that for filmmaking, it'll help you. So, but again, I had to kind of improvise. So just do your best. All right. Oh God, Russell Spears actually made 2 more comments. This guy's like, I'm almost 6 minutes into your video and I can already tell it's reduced the quality of my life. I got to go. Okay, dude. Usually if I think something is not contributing to my life, I just go. But, I mean, weird flex, but okay, man, go do your thing. But instead write a 3-part novella. That's definitely going to prove your point. Building well enough so that you have financial sovereignty will absolutely change your life. If you think it makes sense to marry a woman who wants to extract all your resources and squander your life, then you have much larger issues to address. It's very clear that you are the one that have not thought this through. Or, maybe don't marry such materialistic creatures. I don't know. I've never had a problem with girls who just want nothing but money. I mean, that's just me, though. Maybe you're doing it wrong. Maybe when what you do is you present yourself as an object with money, then the only people that are attracted to you are the people that want your money. It's almost like you need to have other things to offer them. But, financial sovereignty, for sure, because it definitely isn't people like, I don't know, the President of the United States was married 3 times and is a friggin' multi-billionaire. But I guess the whole, marriage is bad for financial sovereignty. In fact, gosh, I think most of the millionaires out there are. It's almost like you have to find somebody that's on the same playing field with that. And then you have to kind of see that they're doing it on their own before you even think about something like that. But, whatever. Whatever makes you happy. But at least it's reduced the quality of your life. And for that makes me happy beyond all words. Idiot. It's like all of these guys have created this scenario in which they can never win. I'm not Chad, not by any means. I mean, only in the pants, but, other than that, in no way am I. But it's like showing a little bit of self-respect and confidence and thinking a little bit, is all that's required. I don't think it's that bad. All right, here we go. The last comment. Oh, we have people that are whining and whimpering under this. Some kids can be smarter than some old men. MGTOW is just the tip of the iceberg. Most men who are living MGTOW have never even heard about MGTOW. So instead of exposing your ignorance to the internet, help men of all ages protect themselves. Actually, I am. I should mention, in case you don't know, that the last at least the last 2 girls I've dated are all beneath 35, and one of them significantly so. And if this 24-year-old works out, then that's going to be even lower than that. Okay? I've seen the game. I've seen everybody whimpering and crying about it. And I hate to tell you this. The things that they're telling me about you, the reason you're losing is because you choose to lose. Literally, I had somebody, maybe just bisexual, but anyway. She's like, yeah, these guys whimper and complain, and all they do is like, they don't have jobs, they sit around and chew bubble gum and play video games. The hell? The other ones that I dated all have similar problems. It's like, maybe you are the problem. Maybe you need to look within. But some kids can be smarter than some old men. No. Sorry, kid. And I don't know. No, they're really not. After listening to people like you, they're not. There are other ways to live life. It isn't just your way or the highway. But how about exposing your ignorance at the end of this? I am Ultra Chad, no doubt. I should just change it to UC instead. Or JD Chad, that's what I should change it to. God. And that's a comment section. Basically, it's a bunch of whimpering and whining. And the idea that, oh, poor us, there's nothing we can do to control it. And everything is always the, a lot of the guys will complain about they complain that people who, think other ways about women objectify them and deify them and put them on a pedestal. It's like, well, you kind of do the opposite by demonizing them. But in so doing, you're taking on the worst passive aggressive characteristics. I mean, have you seen the Reddit MGTOW subreddit? There are just days where it's nothing but loathing women all day long. It's like, you can't tell me that it's about not marrying, which you don't, there are lots of guys that don't marry. That isn't anything to do with it. It's just the constant stream of loathe women, loathe women, loathe women, loathe women, loathe women. The point here is if I can put it together, you can put it together. And if me, who is not the most attractive guy ever, who is maybe not the most charismatic guy ever, who is building and getting better, but definitely was in a rough patch for a while, can do this. And again, girls, what's your excuse? You who are supposed to have these better jobs, these better looks, and everything else. You can't keep blaming other people for your inadequacies. It's you. At the end of the day, you are the problem. Now, if you would see these same guys that are spouting this MGTOW nonsense, they're like, you know what? I have 4 marriages. Do you know why I have 4 marriages? Because I'm fucked in the head. I keep making the same mistake. And I need to tell you my mistake so that way you don't make it. And it isn't that women are bad or men are great or anything else. It's that I have a problem where I'm attracted to this thing, because invariably women who are abusive or men who are abusive or I don't know, dogs who are abusive, whatever, they are abusive all through the relationship. The whole time they're abusive. It's just a matter of you choose not to see it. So if you have somebody that's after your money, they were doing that while you were dating. Why didn't you pay attention? That's on you. When is it your fault? When is it your responsibility? I don't know. The reason women want to date anyone but you is because they aren't you. That's probably true. I can't be totally certain, but that's probably true. Take a break. All right, so from the peanut gallery, your time, comment. Tell me what you think. And by the way, if you're watching this video and you're out there in Electric Larry land, go ahead, hit that subscribe button right now before they start commenting. Give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it 2 thumbs down to tell me exactly how much you hate it. Subscribe. If I haven't already said that, if I have, do it again anyway. If you have subscribed and I just told you to do it, promote this, share it, let your friends know.